Welcome to another episode of Battling with Bourbon. Today, it is a special release Sunday.
What do we got on deck today, guys? We've got a very special Maker's Mark. Very first time they've ever done this. It's a cellar aged.
Now this is a mix of 12-year Maker's Mark and 11-year Maker's Mark. I don't know if it says the percentages. I think it does. 13% 11-year, 87% 12-year. Yeah, Makers has never done an age-stated release ever. So this is really special, and we wanted to get this out as a special release Sunday for all the fans. And, you know, before we forget, we have to announce ourselves. I'm the host, Rockstar Johnny Nye.
And I'm your host, the real effing deal, the whole effing show, Mike effing Verduzco.
So let's crack this bad boy open.
Woo!
This is so special. I've been waiting to taste this since it was announced. Just a little background about this. The reason that this is even being done, I have to give credit. Ooh.
Ooh, it looks good.
Smell the cork.
Smell that.
I have to give credit to a guy like Fred Minnick. I watch his podcast and his YouTube show as well. He does a really nice job with the history, but he really pushed for this particular release. And it's really cool that it actually came to light. So let's see how this bad boy goes.
Yeah, actually, too, the retail on this one's about $150. The state of Indiana received 20 bottles on that first shipment out of the 30,000 made. I was fortunate enough to find one of those 20 bottles. Fun fact, I actually found it at one of those rip-off stores that charge about $400 for a Weller 12, and they actually didn't have this marked up that much. It was about $170 retail, you know, on this one. I walked right in there, saw the price tag, said, I'll take it.
Yeah, and for 20 bucks over retail, you're buying this bottle any day of the week.
So on the nose, let's see what we have.
There's a lot going on here. Do you get toffee? I'm getting some toffee.
I do get some toffee or some butterscotch, like a brittle, like a toffee brittle.
Yeah. There is an oak characteristic that I usually do not get from Maker's Mark.
That's what I was going to acknowledge as well. Yeah.
That I always enjoy. Like, if you've been watching our show, I'm an oak guy. I like the oak notes. The older whiskeys, the older bourbons, I really enjoy. So that's why this is so exciting for me.
We actually got to visit this cellar too in the springtime. They didn't tell us what they were doing with those barrels at the time, but they did show us all the barrels. We got to walk through there. Very cool inside there. Cool being a double entendre, I guess. Cool as in it was a very neat experience, and cool as it was a little chilly in there.
Yeah, it was. It was like 55 degrees in there. It was really crazy because it was hotter than hell outside.
Now the viscosity on this, guys, is crazy compared to a normal Maker's Mark. You guys know how I like my legs.
Yeah, let's check
and the legs, baby.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh my goodness, they are beautiful on this.
Oh wow, yeah, that's really.
Yeah, very impressive.
That's wonderful. Okay, let's give this a taste. Actually, you know what? Let's get more in the nose.
Guys, this smells fantastic.
Yeah, it does.
You know, if you heard me say it before, if I could dip this into one of those little air freshener trees and hang it from the car dashboard, the little mirror up top, I for sure would.
The more this opens up, I'm getting more of that sweet oak that I like on the nose.
I'm gonna see if it tastes as sweet as it smells. Give it a little chew. Okay. Whoa.
Oh, that's good.
Whoa. Very different. Very different.
This coats your entire palate. It goes from the front to the back, like you just like folded bourbon over your tongue. It is so viscous.
Very velvety.
Yeah.
Yeah, very velvety.
Man.
And that aftertaste was something I've not traditionally expected from a Maker's Mark. I'm gonna go ahead and get a little second pour here before I give an honest taste on this one. Got the traditional
You got a
Maker's
rockstar
Mark
bar going there.
wax dip on this one. Looks like they got some Sharpie on the front, 2023, and a gold paint pen, so you know which release you got. Over on the side right here, you have the details. And over on this side over here, you have the mash, how they blended it between the 11 and the 12.
Man, I'm sure glad that Fred argued with the distiller over there
To get this done.
To get this done, because this is something special. Outside of it coating your whole palate, it's got a lot more complex flavors than you really get from a Maker's Mark traditionally. There's obviously the normal caramels, vanillas, but there's a nice sweet oak note. There's some toffee. There's even a little honey still. Yeah,
it tastes totally different than it smells, in my opinion. On the nose, I'm getting tons of aromas, you know, the honey, the toffee, the oak. But more on the palate, I get like a velvety feel on the palate, and it's more of it's not quite cinnamon, so I don't want to say it's cinnamon.
There is,
you know, but it's
like a baking spice on the end.
Yeah, like a baking spice on the end, for sure.
And Maker's usually has no baking spice at all.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a really nice baking spice. Yeah, I agree. It's like maybe a nutmeggy kind of flavor.
Yeah, I'd agree to that.
The finish is really nice. It's not Kentucky Hug finish, but it does linger the taste on your palate for a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah. You get a tiny Kentucky Hug on this one, just a tiny one. And then we didn't mention the proof on this either, guys. This one over here is coming in at 115.7.
Yeah, it drinks well under.
It does.
In my opinion. It does not have that slap you in the face that you get sometimes from a real high proof bourbon.
And no ethanol smell on this one. No terpenes, you know, as they specifically said they wanted to avoid. You know, I was drinking some Old Granddad 114. As much as I like Old Granddad 114, anytime I try to nose it, it just feels like I'm nosing gasoline. Mm-hmm. You know, this one over here coming in at right around the same proof, actually a little hotter, and none
of that.
Yeah, none of that.
Ethanol, none.
Yeah.
When we first, we cracked this in front of you for a reason. We didn't let this sit, and we didn't let it open up. So, like, just having that first smell not have that is impressive.
So the more I drink it, I get a little nuttiness on the back end.
Yeah,
on the finish,
like a honey roasted pecan.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I'm getting.
Yeah, when you go to the fair and they got the roasted nuts that come in a bag.
Yeah, those are really good. Yeah, because it tastes kind of that like cinnamon nutmeggy flavor and like mixes it in with the like pecan note, and this is really good. Really good.
Guys, if you guys are fortunate enough to get your hands on this, this is a do not pass bottle.
Absolutely. And you know, honestly, I'd pay $200 for this any day of the week. I know it's $150 retail, but if you see this for $200, like, you'd be giving yourself a disservice for that extra $50 to not get this. This is really good, and it's a special release. But honestly, for this one, it's three thumbs up for me all day.
Oh my gosh, yeah, 3 thumbs up.
Yeah,
you know, on the nose, thumbs up.
Wonderful release.
On the palate, thumbs up, and on the finish, also thumbs up. You know, guys, today I could say Maker's Mark made their mark with me.
I absolutely agree. And you know what? We'll finish this one off at that and enjoy the rest of this wonderful glass. But
till next time.
Till next time, we're Battle with Bourbon.